Yo, what's up, everybody? This is man, one hell of a morning. Trying to get everything going is rough today. Yesterday I had a engagement party for obviously I got engaged last week, but we had the party this week, and geez, man, my throat is killing me, and just had a blast celebrating last night. So figuring out all the camera connections and everything right now is a pain. Let me know if my mic is working. Let me know if my sound levels are good. Good to see you guys here. A lot of people have already thrown a word or two into chat. Frog G uh, being here first and throwing the tickle the algorithm. Thanks. Glad you got in here so quick. Yeah, it's been good stuff. Uh, I wanted to also mention two other things, but we'll get there. Genuine Comics is here. What's up, dude? Um, Definitely signed up for Perfect 10 coming up next week, I believe. Uh, and American Bliss up in here. Good job. Good job, Frog G, for getting on these. Dave's great. I really enjoyed Perfect 10, so I'm looking forward to his books coming up. And Alex is here. What's up? Saying hey. Marvin's here. Good morning. Uh, Good to have you guys. Alex is saying, "Why is your beard gray?" And laughing. What happens after you crowdfund? Yes, this is exact. This is what happens when you thought not getting funded was bad. Getting funded is also stressful. I think it might be just figuring it all out. The first run has been hard, and so that's it. It's the printer problems, the little things that come up are hard. But yeah, I got a gray beard. I'm gonna grow this thing out for a while, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this is the new camera, and I have another camera on the artwork that we're gonna try to do. Like I said, I'm a little bit rusty today. I feel like I'm rusty. Like if I was metal, I need some WD-40, the rust version of that. Marvin, did I mention this before? Marvin is also doing a crowdfund. I don't know if Frog G has one of his links somewhere, but also very cool. The Edge. The Edge is his book. And good to have you all here. It is awesome. I have Star Circuit 2 in the works, and that's what we're going to probably talk about a good amount today. Because why not? It's my own IP. It's my own, baby that I'm developing. I've learned that I need more characters because when I run into a character that I haven't really fleshed out and could be fleshed out, and I can see the branching paths that it could actually move into, I'm down, especially if it's some sort of cyberpunk ninja, in which that is exactly what I've kind of figured out I needed in this story. Not that, well, it's the other way around. I saw that the character was there, and I was like, okay, I'm going to flesh this out. And I guess for my own soul, I need to make this character. So that's it. Creators Outlet is here. I thought I brought you up before, but good to see you here, man. Dude, your interviews are the bomb, dude. I think you had one with Vaughn recently for Turn the Trenches. Good stuff, for sure. Um, every campaign has its challenges, Joe. You're completely gray. 2 years, yes. If Dude, that's the plus side. That's if all goes well, because that means you get funded. You know what I mean? Like, uh, who knows what could happen? Maybe Star Circuit just falls off. No, that's not going to happen. Star Circuit's my baby. I'm working on two things. You guys are going to get a couple sneak peeks, bros and broettes. Let's turn that off. Let me bring this Clip Studio window up here because you guys got to see this. This is what's going to be the new thing. So right now we are still in demand on Indiegogo for Star Circuit. We are doing well. We are very so close to 20K. It is insane. Like um, I'm glad we haven't like really quickly blown past it, because it is a milestone and I want to hit it. I really hope we hit it before I can have to close it down. But playing into that right now, I am working on a new generic cover, because I want Indiegogo backers and the cover that I made for the original Star Circuit to be the bomb, and always be exclusive for you guys that backed it and believed in the book originally. And so when I move it from Indiegogo, we'll be putting it to my own store on a new website, and I'm working on that now. And you get a little sneak peek of what the two covers will have. We'll have the variant, which you already know, that's by Kanan White and Furcal. And those guys are champions, like super pros. And also we have this new generic cover that will replace the main cover. And that is what we have right here. Let me zoom in a little bit, because you know how it goes. So it's gonna look like this. It looks very similar to the chapter page in the book, but I dig it. It's like this kind of, it's like almost, it's very Tron-esque with the light beam in the center of the book. To me, it's really cool, and I like its cleanness. I think it works as a cover as far as like a generic, this is the first chapter. It looks very very straightforward. So I dig it. So that was your option, and you also can get the variant as well. Oops, don't want to move you. You can also get the variant as well, and that's cool. So those will be your two options, and very, very cool that we've done so well, and we only have I don't know, we only have like 10 more of the main cover of the original, the one that I drew. Somewhere around 10 of them left. So if you really want that one, go back that book on Indiegogo. There, like, it is your last chance, and we've had a few come in recently to snag one of those. This is the last time that cover will be around. It'll be for you guys alone. You know what I mean? So if you have those in the future, when the whole arc is done, when the miniseries is done, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, dude, I have the real deal out here. So Pedro Ang, dude, I've been meaning to talk to you because I want to put together an animation stream, people that animate, and there's several people I need to talk to, and you be one of them. So I'll be hitting you up soon. I don't know how soon, because there's so many books in February that I'm backing books and getting people on the stream and getting people into the mode of backing our books, CG books. So I'd rather do that than have this random other stream about animation. We'll get to it though. We will get to it. So good to have you in the chat. There's a couple other things that I put into the description of the video, just the tag. One, we want to do Star Circuit art and talk about that, and thumbnailing, which is the small sketching that I'm working on right now. The small sketches for Star Circuit, by the way, they're coming along great. I have most of the book done, and I wish I was already further in production, obviously, but this is the gray, the transition. Let me get rid of this window that you can see up close. The gray here is mostly this concern of, not only is the printer having problems, I'm having problems getting the look that I wanted from the printer. And so instead of making Star Circuit 2, I'm spending 60 hours trying to get the book to look right. You know what I mean? So like, that's just time where I'm fretting over not having the next book lined up where I want it to be. And I'm one of those kind of guys that like really, it hits me hard. So I'm working on it hard now that I have time, and now that Star Circuit is out there and looks great up to my standards, and that's such a good feeling. Anyway, the grays will probably duplicate as we go. And yeah, let me try some background music, because I feel like we could do that. Is anybody not hearing me if you're listening? Let me know if you can hear me. Let's put in that one. I don't know which one is the best one. Night driving, is that the best one? Put it a little low. I don't know what's the good volume. So you guys let me know. Anyway, we're going to be talking about Star Circuit. The other two things, or three things, is the books that I have been watching, backing, and the books that I've read this week that I really like. Somehow I've not read Arc Athena yet. I've had it. I look at it and I'm like, dude, I need I want to dedicate, time where I'm not just like in between. I hate reading or doing anything when my mind's divided. I think it's a big pet peeve of mine. To me, like, multitasking is just not fun. I'm not a fan of that style of thinking, I guess. So I like to dedicate time solely to different things like reading books. So yeah, dude, thanks for letting me know. I'm already gray. What will happen to me, dude? You may devolve into some sort of hollow person. I don't know if you guys play Dark Souls, but I'll probably talk about Elden Ring in a little bit. But in Dark Souls, you like hollow out. Original human form is like this hollowed, decrepit thing. That could happen to you, dude. That's I think that's science. Could happen. You never know. So, where was I? Let me sip on this. It is the Cup of Joe stream after all. So, I wanted to bring up the other things like the books. So, I read Dixie Rose this week instead of Arc Athena. Dixie Rose is a really good book by Matt Fowler and Ricardo Jamie. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, really good. I think it had like a kind of rushed ending, but besides that, it had bookends. If you know storytelling, bookends are when you like really the storytelling circle has a good similar or exact beginning and end, where you kind of begin with the end and then end with completing the circle. So he did that, but it still felt a little bit rushed in the third act. Probably could have used 10 more pages to flesh it out, but he did some nuts thing in the middle. Like, I don't know if you've seen the book, but he did some nuts thing with a song and like a vertical double page spread and stuff. Like, he went nuts. Where he's like, Matt Fowler was like, we want something crazy in this middle of this book. So go check out Dixie Rose if you want to see some. It's like a music video in a comic book, pretty much. What else? I read, I think Gods and Gears, Ryan Wynn. That's his written work and not his art, I believe. Maybe his letters. I'm enjoying it. I got to read the second one, so I'm not going to give my full thoughts until I read the second one. Marvin says he's already on that road. Yeah, dude. Replying, dude, your hair will fall out. Yeah. Could be if you have good genes. You in my experience, Italians, you either one or the other. Like, you're either like super bald or you like start growing extra hair. Like, I'll be sprouting ear hairs like crazy, and I already grow my hair. My beard goes really high. I have to trim it because it starts growing into my eyeballs. So Italians know how to grow some hair follicles. Anyway, let's get into the next book. Let me look over here and see what the next book was. Oh man, what was it? Oh, I know it was a mystery one. Oh, The Embrace. Jesus, The Embrace. Not too much of a mystery. I really enjoy The Embrace. I have my most qualms are with the art, which with Dean, it's his first book, so a lot of that. I really enjoy Dean's progression. Like, if you've seen Dean's work on Twitter, it is exploding in all the good ways. So he's getting better. I might have mentioned this before, but his backgrounds are very limited, and it kind of puts the characters in like a weird position where you're not exactly sure. You could be way more grounded, and I think the best part about Star Circuit, I think my best thing you can say about my work is my figures aren't always on the mark, and I try obviously to get them on the mark, but I do backgrounds very detailed, and I try to do it that way. That way your sense of the world is like solid. Like, you have a sense of where they are at all times, and like it feels like a place you could walk to. And especially for like something grounded like racing, or you're on like a highway, it needs to connect. And if you get the design book, you can see how much I map it out. Anyway, I suggest, Dean, if you ever see this, map out your scenes, and then that'll help out. Do a top-down map, and you'll be able to figure out, there would be a chair there, bro, in the background. You need to show the chair because he's going to sit in it in the next shot. Like, kind of foreshadow things I think that's the best advice, right? For backgrounds, you put a object that you're gonna use later in a previous panel. If you're gonna use the gun, you show the gun previously, or if you're gonna whatever. You want to either with words or with the drawing, like give the reader a heads up. Like, oh, this is coming. That way, there's no doubt in their mind. Like, oh, this kind of looks like I don't know, whatever. Like this one looks like a funnel cake, but it's really a spider web. I just drew it weird, But with words and pictures, you can kind of figure it out through multiple panels. I don't know why I went funnel cake and spider webs. Odd connection. Anyway, good to critique a little bit, but I really enjoyed The Embrace. I'm going to reread it actually, because I think it's worth a reread, which is odd. I didn't think it would. I feel like superhero stuff is pretty straightforward. Like, I didn't need to reread Perfect 10. Maybe that's a compliment because it's so clear, and it's a straightforward story as far as right now. Maybe I reread a scene or two because they were good. So that's one hell of a... To me, that's a big compliment to Dave, Mr. Brink, and his storytelling. So let's move on to side stuff with the two side things, and we'll do some Star Circuit. We'll draw the second half of this episode. But yeah, Frog G's here saying, still waiting on my Embrace. Well, I'm hoping it's the book and not just love in general. If you're missing love in your life, Frog G, there's I think there's apps, there's dating apps, and just don't go simp. Just there's something you need, or just wait for the book, because it is a big hug. Genuine Comics says, my mission was to have Joe want to reread my books. Mission failed. Ooh. Well, I told you, I reread scenes. But I did want to reread scenes, and I did reread a couple of the scenes. And they were talking moments, because I think the action was straightforward, and I would really... Well, heads up, guys. When I read a comic book, I take a long time. Some people can read a book in 10, an issue in like 10 minutes. I take like 15. I take time to like really read it over. So I rarely reread things. Heads up. But really good books though, Dave. No qualms really with your books. Okay. Where are we at? Top 10. Top 10. Have you guys seen my Twitter post about top 10 addictions? People have these videos on everything. Top 10, whatever, books, top 10 videos, top 10 movies, comics, games, etc. And I've kind of got like addicted to watching their top 10 and then stopping the video at like number 3 and guessing number 2 and number 1, because it's almost like an art of deduction game where you see like out of the 10 what has been picked, and then you think to yourself, oh, he picked whatever, Blade Runner 1949, whatever that movie is. He picked this movie, and that is at number 3. So what's better than that, in that genre? He kind of seems he likes this and whatnot. So it's cool to see what you can come up with, and sometimes you can get it. Go check out that Twitter post in my history on Twitter, because it's a fun. There's a few people that went for it, and then just privately with friends, I have people do that, and yeah, it's just fun. It's just real fun to do. So anybody want to play that game with me? Message me on Twitter. We'll play a top 10 guessing game, or just chat it in the chat now. I'll guess it live. Frog said, yeah, I'm waiting on the book, The Embrace. I have Frog or Lady Frog in my life for other married over 17 years, dude. I figured, as a frog, I don't know how the mating goes with frog people, and so I'm glad you've been married. You got the love, you got the embrace, you just need the book. Super glad it's that, not the other way around. Cup-O Joe, Viper's here. What's up, Viper? Yo, people said I should have gone Cup-A Joe because it feels more, I don't know, rolls off the tongue better, but Cup-O Joe, I just feel like that looks better, and I'm an artist. I feel like Cup-O Joe just has the look, maybe not how you would say it. Anyway, let's turn on the other camera if I can to get this Star Circuit stuff going. Oh, before I pull that away, for anybody who missed it in the beginning, check this out. This is going to be the new generic cover for all you people that miss it on Indiegogo, which you shouldn't. You should go back Indiegogo or back Star Circuit on Indiegogo now and be able to get the main cover. But this cover, this black one here, is the generic one if you miss the ones on Indiegogo. This will be sold on my website, which you will see later. And yeah, I thought it was killer. So I'm going to pull the page now. That way, and that's a sneak peek. I have not shown that or posted about it. So you guys can tell your friends you saw the super sleek black cover. Maybe I'll just call it the black cover. I don't know. All right, let's get... Ooh. You have an option for an extra camera if you upgrade into... Dude, I already pay for StreamYard. What is Gage doing, dude? This dude Gage, the spokesperson guy, he's so funny. Why does he not... I don't know. I don't know why he does this to us. He wants us to pay more? Gage, dude. Okay. I see you, D-Wag. I'm pulling up a window and then I'll address your comment. Let's pull up Star Circuit real quick on this. Get this out of the way. All right. Cool. So you see how close we are. D-Wag saying, "What up, Joe? Star Circuit was fire, and the layout book was so cool. I'm glad you liked it." Because I spent a lot of time on both. I spent a lot of time, obviously, in the main book, but the layout book was tough to do as well. I might actually hire somebody to do it next time. I may hire Vaughn, because the dude is so good at layouts of stuff, especially like that. Damn. Let's see here, guys. Somebody says I'm flashing people now. Pedro said I'm flashing us now. Did I literally flash you with my armpit or something? Okay. Heck yeah, D-Wag's got a channel. Go check it out. Click that link. So guys, let's see here. Oh yeah, Star Circuit. Very close to 20K. Go get, this is the last chance to get this covered. This is what I was talking about. Your last chance is here. So this cover here, made by me, this is be your last chance ever to get this thing. This will not reappear ever again. You will have it. And everyone, the 200 of people that got it or whatever, are in the know, you know? So back it, try to get us to 20K, and that'd be awesome. Awesome. So, hey. What's up? Cheers. My fiance just showed up. All right. You just came to cheers me? Mm-hmm. Really? That's awesome. Yeah. Good idea. We should do cheersings more often of Cup of Joe stuff. Pedro Eng subbed. Good job, guys. So yeah, I just got a cheers by my new fiance. You know her as Sherry when she's popping in chat. All right, let's try to bring up my camera. Like before, it wasn't working, but maybe it's because of Gage, dude. Gage has always been a problem. Let's up the contrast and take off the autofocus. That's it. Beautiful. That should be okay, I think. We'll see. All right, guys. Let's stop the screen and bring up. So we're going to be working on thumbnails. Almost done with these things. And like I said, it peeves me that I'm not further along. But that's what happens when you try to do everything on your book. There's a lesson learned here, guys. You don't need to do absolutely everything. You don't have to be a control freak like myself. And so, like I said, lesson learned. My bad. All right, here we go. All right, camera, live, nice, looks clear. All right, let's show this first thumbnail. I'm going to show this first thumbnail. We'll move this camera a little bit. There we go. You can get my Street Fighter poster in the back there. I've never shown that, I don't think. Okay, guys, so here. So this is how my thumbnails really work. I do versions of the same thing. And see how it works. And this is kind of how it rolls. This is just page 1. It's a very easy setup. This is probably going to be one of the preview pages for the second book anyway, so I'm not worried about messing this up, but so check it out. But this is how it works. The whole idea here is it's going to be, maybe I don't even need to explain it, but you can see what's happening. There's like circuitry, and then eventually this like cyborg looking head. And over here, I'm trying to do something different, and that's the idea. The idea of thumbnailing is to try this out without drawing this. It's only like 4 fingers big, so I didn't have to do anything extra to make it work. You know what I mean? So, okay. But this is how it works. We're going to do one of these live because this is page 1. And I thought it was going to be like a 60-something page book. It is actually expanding as I go. And it could contract. It could contract back down to what I think it will be. But in the editing process, because this has all kind of been outlined, and I thought there were certain things that I wanted to do. But let's go look at the back page and see what it says. We're at 57 there, so 58. So thumbnail 58, I think it's going to be like 60 something, but I got a feeling it's going to be like 72. And then we'll pull back as we go. So right next to here, these are my blank ones. And we're just going to do one. I like doing them physically because I don't know, just the tactileness of it is nice. Okay, so have you guys seen these before? This is my index card, and on the index card you can get an idea for what's happening. Green is good, red is bad, and I butt those index cards up next to each other to produce a story that is like a roller coaster. It creates drama, and so these index cards represent the scenes that I need. And so I take the index card and then I thumbnail out what needs to be there. So like I said, this is 58, so seems like I've got a lot going on. I'm gonna grab one, fresh page. We'll do one together. There we go. Got these magnets. I built this desk. That way I could do this magnet thing. So you can see how it works here. I've got thumbnails and I just copy this really. Okay, so I leave a spot for dialogue, but it's not really super necessary. I don't know where my other pen is. I gotta go see if I usually work in the blue pen. I don't know why, just do. All right, so issue, no, where is this chapter 2? I have to do this every time. I don't have to because it's just for me. But as far as now, this is 59, page 59. And I picked one where it's not super spoilery. It's just a chat between 2 characters, you know? Oh, my voice sounds deeper because my voice is messed the hell up. I had a engagement party yesterday, Amanda, and I don't know, something's going on. It's like if I don't talk louder and deeper, it just like cuts out completely or something. So maybe I'm just like forcing it into this next level of deepness. Otherwise, it would just cut out. If I talk in my normal, more chill voice, either way, it sucks. I think I'm so like separated from like communicating with people all the time, like, you know, physically. It's whenever I do, I don't have a long shelf life for talking to people, so my voice goes out quick. At least that's my theory. It could be something more serious, who knows. Good morning to Amanda B. well, we had loud music and stuff. And it doesn't take too much. Like if there's music in the background, I'm trying to talk over stuff. And we're Italian, so you're usually talking over people. So what happens is, 3 hours of that, and that's it. So anyway, we're doing some thumbnailing for Star Circuit 2. This is the last page of this like interaction. It's a 3-pager where he's having an interaction with his good friend Nick, and there's a development, but here in the first issue, you might have read it. This might be a slight spoiler, but him and his friend have this kind of back and forth about an issue, but Atlas promises his friend he's going to throw him a party. And so here, again, we're having this a little bit of a similar follow-up to that conversation where Atlas is kind of bailing on another thing and using the party as an excuse to not do something more important. So basically it's a talking heads one, so it's not too like, here's what would happen. I would, to figure this out, down here in the notes, I might have the ideas, and then I'd write those out, and I'd be like, maybe this should be I don't know, a first shot, or it should be Atlas talking first. So I'll write Atlas, I might just say talks or questions or something, you know. And from the last page, I think we leave it off at Atlas definitely start giving an excuse to go to set up the party or whatever that he's supposed to, instead of this more important thing. And I'm looking at this, dude. Yeah, I could be an imposter. I don't know if you've played Bloodborne before, but that's what comes to mind. There's a lot of some old god Lovecraftian imposter stuff going on in that game, and that's what it brings to mind. Anyway, so here I'll write the basics, and I think at this point, on the last page, I have him leaving off with starting this excuse. So I could have this whole page just being like this back and forth of kind of this really subtle, it's like a character study of Atlas, because Atlas is this kind of character that he's manipulating, and he's not wanting to be that close. He wants to be your friend, but not be that close. He doesn't want to be the guy that has to sacrifice for you. So he's still looking out for numero uno in the way that he's going to do this thing for you, but then not have to do the hard thing, which is be more, I guess, a good person. But you'll see in the story here. So it's just going to be a bunch of talking heads. So the first one, I think we leave off on a small panel. So this, I think we're going to do like a vertical, like 3 verticals, just to like sell it or something. We might just do 3 to just sell this, I don't know, sell something. We're going to sell when you do verticals, there's a little bit more of like, I don't know, it's like more dramatized. Like horizontal, you're just a little more chill. And so when they're vertical like this, I just feel like you're having more drama. Like it's more things happening. Yo, Dead Sun Prime. Yo, shout out to Dead Sun Prime, guys. Go follow him on Twitter. I don't know if you are aware, but Vonster, as we call him, he's got his Terror in the Trenches book, just killing it. 35,000 last I heard. Maybe it's more now. But he did the 3D model for his vial, which I will be buying. I'll be double backing for that thing. The vial looks awesome. The terror, I forget what he calls it. Terror vial, whatever. It looks awesome. I really like the paint job. It'll just look awesome on my shelf next to all my other stuff. Anyway, stoked for that. And so yeah, go follow him. I think he's just Dead Sun Prime on Twitter. So Slapnuts. Yo, Padrino's here. Terror gas vial. There you go. I was missing gas. That's the keyword I was missing there. El Padrino says, yeah, hey, Slapnuts. So I'm about to slap down some of this art because it's not really art. It's really just sketching. I do stick figures here. So here, to make it dramatized, I'd want to do something maybe like really exaggerated. So a lot of times I'll just put in the perspective. Like I'll know the perspective will be something like this, like we're looking up at something, and so I draw in the perspective first. And even if I don't get the drawing right, I could just do a head, and then whatever. You get like the sense that you have a person here in the shot, and so now that's really dramatic. We know it's an up shot because obviously the perspective, and I know myself. So the minute I draw this in, you're gonna look like you're drawing a perspective that's going up. And I think that's a good shot for Alice, I believe. And he'll have a response, or I got a feeling they're going to do something like face to face. And this is where something else comes into play. So maybe I have him face to face, but the panel is so small that I'm like, maybe another variation, this is where I pop over here, could be the vertical, and then in the middle we'll have this face to face of the two, because they're kind of arguing, and that could be the new idea for the next one. You know what I mean? And you can kind of give a little bit of expression, just a frown face pretty much, and that could be the idea there. And they're staring each other down. But that's how I kind of work with, like, especially thumbnails. I'll like do this one thing, have the idea, and start drawing it, and then be like, that's not really gonna work, even though I like the idea. So like it might look like they're intimate instead of like fighting that close. Maybe not, but that's a variation. Now I have this direct variation here of the same thing. So that's kind of how I do it. Frog G's throwing out tearing the trenches, throwing out Twitters. Frog G's a killer with the links. 24 Eyes, good to have you, dude. I saw you on somebody's show, Amanda B's, possibly Amanda B's. I always catch the replays. I'm rarely around my computer these days, especially with engagement stuff and life. It's hard to get around and just stay near the computer. And I don't really like being on my phone. I feel like I want to merge to only PC stuff. You know what I mean? Like the phone always on you and you're always having to do stuff on it. It's not my ideal life. I feel like if that's the grind, I'm not really into it. So I got a good phone, but I don't use it that much. My screen time stats are off the charts, dude. I mean, low. So off the charts low, not high. But oh, okay, nice, cool. Did not know. I forgot. I just click links. You know what I mean? Just click links. Let me time out this bot. Fun stuff though. Fun stuff to see people interact, like in the community, because it's not always the same circles, and it's just cool to see. I'm usually hanging around the Aussies. The Aussies know how to have fun. I see the Replicators putting out his books. I'm excited for that. Very, very excited. Yes, that would make sense. Like I said, my brain. We were, like I said, we had the party last night, and not exactly running on all cylinders here. So Frog G's got a roll. Frog G, you're a champion for staying and giving the links and really being the wrench of the season. You might be the GOAT. Maybe G stands for GOAT. You're like the greatest of all time, Frog. But thanks. Yeah, I'm going to catch more. I hope to catch live stuff. Amanda B. So anyway, let's continue on. This is actually, you're watching me actually work, because there's not much that has to happen here. There needs to be panel 1. And a lot of times I might label it. I'll be like number 1. And then up here, I'll go number 1. And then I'll mark in dialogue. And I won't do that for spoiler's sake. But this will be number 2. And I'll put number 2. And that'll be, the next set of dialogue and so on. So I feel like, and what I also do is pay attention to how many people are in the shot. So here we have a 1 shot. Here we have a 2-person shot. And the third one should be, it's either back to 1 or a 3 because there's another character in the scene, which we can't talk about. But there's another character in the scene, and I don't need to draw them detailed. So it's either we put that person in the center, and then, or I feel like one would turn around, like the argument's happening, and then one's like, whatever, and starts turning, and then the other person's in the shot. We could do that, or we could do, like we said, back to a one person. So we could do an upshot, more close up, kind of like this, maybe. And that would be enough. That's enough to, like, when we do layouts from here, it gets crazier, for sure. Yeah, I forgot goat. Let's see here. I already timed that dude out. Perfect. All right. So good to have everybody showing up for Sunday. Sunday is always a little bit off. I'm hoping to have guests on because Star Circuit is only one avenue where we can talk to, like, a lot of the books that are coming out. And there's so many that I can't get to them all. So I want to have some guests on Sunday. So I definitely want to get to Jake because he just launched. And again, I was at the engagement party, so I'm like looking at my phone, checking out the launch of the second Cobalt, or technically the third. I don't know how he's labeling it. I don't think he's getting into that very much. He's just calling it, Death Stalks Us, right? Anyway, awesome stuff. I can't wait to get more people on the channel, either on Sunday or on Wednesdays with me and Jeremy. Speaking of Jeremy, I've not seen the dude. Wonder where he is at. I wonder if, all right, so this could be some straight up online drama right now, because Jeremy didn't come to the engagement party, but I didn't invite him. However, it was much more my family and some friends, but still mostly getting the two families together. But yeah, believe that Zayd is coming to my bachelor party, though, for sure. We'll have some probably stories from that. Okay, so over here I'm doing a similar too, because this seems right. Sometimes I just do panels that look good, because I don't know how, there's very many different ways to do your panel work. Like, some people like going Rockefort style, which is, Rockefort is like this. It's like this staircase, and then start turning them. Like, Rockefort will, instead of this being so whatever, a character will be jumping from this panel to over here or something, like there'll be connections from each one. And sometimes, and they get really creative, and that's what we like about Rockefort style. This is more straightforward over here, and this is somewhere in between, where this is where I'm at, where I like to break the panel, keep it pretty traditional, but breaking the panel whenever I can, using some of the things that I like to use. Nice. I want to say congrats while you were alive. Thank you, dude. I appreciate the congrats, man. We're having, it's just one of those seasons. Like, last year we were joking. Mo Biggs was on the channel last year. Mo Biggs has disappeared from my life. No, he is. he's around, and he brought up the joke that we weren't married. I can't remember what he did when I first launched Circuit last year, but he made this pretty funny joke. I forget what really brought it up the first time, but anyway, I'm glad Mo Biggs is getting full circle I guess the punchline to the joke, maybe. Okay, so let's move on to finishing this page. And literally they go this quick, especially if you get something that you really like. And I think this middle one I kind of do like. It's like a nice balanced thing. Though down here, if we do like a nice vertical with the 3 people here, and one's walking away maybe back here. That's kind of a nice setup too. and I kind of visualize already what's going to happen. Okay, so I know one of these shots would be for sure Atlas like turning and saying bye with his hand here, saying goodbye to his buddy, but he's really kind of just bailing. So that would be it. And don't worry, that's readable to me. And the next one would be the other guy, friend, Nick, sad. Probably centered up and sad. Or maybe hands on his head. You know, something like that. And so that's where I leave it. Literally where I leave it. Oh, nice. Sherry's here. So, I want to say this right now. Yes, the ring pop joke is there. It is a real thing. It's a green one. Okay, so my voice is not standing up to the pressure here. There's a lot of there's tons of things happening with my voice. I'm trying to control it. It's just like it's hurting this side, and then like I can't. Trying to keep it from getting too phlegmy. I don't know what happened last night. Must be something. Too much talking. Okay. All right, guys. So this one is pretty much done. We can call it quits on 59. I think this ends the scene. So here's another thing I do, which I'll have to go back and check it out here. But at the corner, I just visually, instead of like writing is this left or right, I just add up where I'm at and mark which side of the page I think it will be on. That way I can always know if this is the right side and we're moving to the next scene and it's a good surprise, or I move into another scene and it's the seam of the book and there won't be a big, surprise. Yeah, both. Too much yelling, talking over other people. Okay. So let's look at what I got down here. Okay, down here we can kind of see. I usually put them at the corner, that way I can always flip through and see where we're at. And at some point it freaked out. And I don't know. That's what happens when I do thumbnails. A lot of times I'll be doing the right thing and marking them, and then something comes in the mix where I have to throw away a page and it gets lost again. So here, looks like we're on track. Yeah, here I made another quick decision. We go to a double page spread, and then a left, and a right. And so I have to check this right now to make sure where I'm at is good. So left, this one should be all right. Right, and then a left. I got 2 pages right here. Okay. So we go to the left again. Should be. No. See, this is where I have to do some, looks like I'll have to do some heavy rework on that one. So, but that's how I usually do it. I mark the page. Do some markings. All right, so at least you got to see the thumbnail process as I do. But that's, I think the key to my method is this. Like I'll do something, see that would work better in a different way, try that out. If it doesn't work, I'll go back. If it does work, I'll try to do the similar thing. Or if I'm not really happy, I'll move to option number 3 and be like, I can do something extra wild over here. So Zaid is here. He's just talking about you, dude. Okay, so with this out of the way, I'm gonna stack this over here. Make sure I don't remember where I screwed up. All right, so here you want to check out some stuff. This is some interesting stuff I'm working on. Like I said, I finally got to do a ninja design. And so I love Shinobi on PS2. Everybody knows that, who knows me. And so getting to do my own is awesome. I get to design one, but then I'm making it so this guy is so like intriguing and has a backstory that works, that I'll personally want to do a side story or a spin-off or something. I'm planning that ahead of time because why not? I really want to do a ninja story in this way, in this like cybery kind of world. He's not really a cyber ninja, you know what I mean? He's not like a cyber ninja like Metal Gear Solid or what's that, Cyber Shadow video game. There's some others that are like that, but anyway, so these are just the initial sketches involved with just trying to figure out what I like about things. And the final design, which I haven't picked yet, is leaning more toward the top, obviously. I think I refined it enough where I was like, yeah, feels good. So more just feeling it out, feeling side views, trying to figure out what I want to do, what do I like about other ninja designs. Here I'm just like messing with, I think, more proportion than anything. I guess I was working with maybe a ball joint instead of like a normal joint, because there's kind of like this anti-gravity aspect to Star Circuit stuff. Okay. Let's see. No worries, dude. No worries. So let's pull this page off because you're not seeing anything. Let's get you back over here. All right. So today has been pretty awesome. The last thing I want to talk about is if you're a fan of challenging games and that sort of thing, Elden Ring is coming out this week. I'm a fan of Elden Ring because it looks like it's going to be like an open world, and dude, the lore, and I don't know. If you're a fan of like other things fantasy related, I feel like skip. Everybody know the Amazon show Lord of the Rings looks like it's just going to be, they're doing whatever they want, and it may be good, it may not be good. I don't think it's going to be following the cool direction that we'd all want. Anyway, if you want cool new lore and awesome, awesome, really deep fantasy stuff, Elden Ring looks like it's going to be delivering. Yes, I have it ordered. I didn't get the special edition, which I'm kind of, it's hard to find even when you first jumped on it. But anyway, definitely getting the game day one. Okay, so 24 Eyes is saying, is the book 2 going to be fatter? By a lot. So it's at least double, if not more. So you're going to be looking at, I thought this was going to be 2 and 3 combined, like chapter 2 and 3, but it really is looking like it's going to be just 2. However, 2 is also going to be that long. So to get us to the point of, I don't know, to get us to a point where the story is everything I want it to be, mostly because the side stories are filling in everything right. Hip is a big character, and I wanted her to be more fleshed out, and so there's an awesome side story. This whole book 2 is like a very branching paths kind of thing. Think, who does it really well? I don't know, there's tons of them, but just know that there's multiple characters doing different things at the same time, and I jump between them, and it's just going to be this fun transition ride of oh, this guy's in a fight, this guy's in a crazy conversation, this guy, and you get a little bit of everything, and then I swap them as we go. And I think that's a really cool chapter 2, because it's, I think chapter 1 was very straightforward. We just follow Atlas chronologically, and this may not be chronologically all straightforward. It may be. I think I'm not going to do too much, Memento stuff where you're watching it happen backwards and stuff. But yeah, Joe's looking like guys that take fresh hot pizza out of the oven without using baking gloves. What? I'm wondering what that means. without using baking gloves. You mean like I'm burning because my face is red or something? Chrono Cross, bro. Yeah. No secret that Jeremy's highly influenced and loves Chrono Cross, which is coming to Switch, which is fun. Anybody fan out there, Chrono Cross, shoot up. Don't shoot up. Shout out. Shout out Jeremy. Don't shoot him up. So, all those things are awesome. Elden Ring, Star Circuit 2 is bigger, better, and I think it's just the right amount of ramp up. There's like, it's not like some of those progressions and pacings in some books and some movies. You get this thing where people in the book are doing normal stuff, and then the second book, all of a sudden, they're doing, it ramps up to now like you're fighting demonic monsters or something. In my book, it's a slow ramp. You're not going straight from like street level stuff to now we're all of a sudden we're racing a god or something. You know what I mean? We're not going Japanese weird here. You know what I mean? So shoot him. No, don't shoot Jeremy. You can shoot him up though, if you know what I mean. Like hit him up. I don't know if that's a turn of phrase. Anyway, so again, guys, check out Star Circuit. Last time you can get the main cover that I drew is probably, realistically, it's like a month away because I'm running out of, it could be sooner if we run out of books. I'm only have like 10 left. So if you really want to get the ground level stuff before this thing erupts into a bigger, thing down the road, which I'm sure it will, because it only gets better. Like, the coolest part of being a storyteller is the secrets, and you're like, you already know like how much appeal you have there. You kind of know, and people can kind of fib their way through it. Sometimes they're like, I think it's going to be good. I'm going to say it's going to be good. For me, I already have the ending. I know it's like fulfilling. It's going to fulfill you. It's going to do it well. Now, executing it, that's what you have to work on. So I'll be working hard to execute this thing and consistently do the Todd McFarlane thing and make it better, exaggerate and dramatize more and make the drawings the best they could be, do unique things. I told Zayd the other day, some of the pages on here, I'm doing some nuts stuff. Like, believe me, there's some cyber-y stuff going to happen in Star Circuit, and not only you're going to feel it in the story, but you're going to have to do stuff with the book. Like, I'm working some crazy ideas. Not super crazy, but definitely not your normal book. So I want it to feel different instantly when you're having this cyber kind of influence. So that is a killer thing that I'm excited to do. Like, do some open your eyes kind of storytelling where you're like, oh, this is not something you normally see out there. 24 Eyes says, I was so mad at the end of the first book because I was getting into it and bam, it's over. And you're hanging off the cliff wanting more pages. And to me, I had the choice of ending it a little bit before and having this like not so much of a cliffhanger, but also not as much as a satisfying thing, because you kind of see what's going to happen down the road with Star Circuit just from that one page. You're like, oh, this is way different than the first part of the book. So you're wondering what that means for the world, for him. And believe me, you'll get paid off. Like, you'll get paid off. I will pay you off, and there'll be a payoff for all these things. But I appreciate you reading and you think so. It was probably, if any critique is out there, it could be a little less of a cliffhanger. I could have given you just a little bit more, and it might have been more satisfying. It'd be my only critique, besides obviously the other, subjective stuff like, is the art good enough? And, everybody's got their own idea of what good pacing is. So, B Rose has got a cyberpunk book coming soon. Feel free to throw your link up there, B-Rose, if you got one. I know you're a mod, so if you want to throw it in there, go sign up. Yours not out yet, right? Did I miss the launch? I've been engaged in the last week, and my life is a little bit different. A little more planning, a little more family. So I may have missed something. So we are pretty much at the end. I hope you guys are psyched for Star Circuit 2. I know we're a little bit behind in my mind, which is, I guess, the whole problem with my stress levels, because my in my mind, I think we should be further along, but it's always the case, So I have an idea for the timeline, and this book is at least double, so give me some extra time. I appreciate it. Nice, launching in 2 days. Sign up. The previews do look impressive, so go sign up for Black Rose and his book Cerebrum. And yeah, if you're watching this channel, you might like cyberpunk, and if so, you probably will like this book, at least enough to check out the campaign and sign up, get the sweet extras. You know what I mean, dude? It's been a really fun time talking to you guys. I've been in a different world, and so it's nice to like get a little bit my comic I guess talk out a little of my fandom, a little bit of my journey, show you my thumbnailing. I have actually, go to check my channel. I have an old thumbnailing video I did years ago. It's actually still pretty good. Maybe not the quality of video, but what I say about it as a young artist, I think I'm gonna say it's pretty decent. So go check that out. Sign up for everything. Like this video. Spread the word about your favorite books. And if you're playing Elden Ring, dude, shoot me a DM, get me the name. Maybe we'll go and do some PvP or something. Who knows? Maybe just explore the world a little bit. That'll be fun. Have a great day. Baking gloves. Dude, what? I think he means mitts, right? There's a mitt. Use mitts. Have a fantastic day. Hail the chat. Altercation says, cheers for the stream. Joe, on board for Star Circuit 2. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm working hard. You know what I mean? We all try to work hard, but I'm working this time smarter. So I'm not on Steam. I'm going to be playing on PS5. So I don't know if it's cross-platform. Maybe not. I don't know. But either way, DM me. Maybe eventually I'll play some Steam stuff. Good times, guys. Have a great day. I'm going to go meet another artist that we kind of not grew up, but we kind of started our artistic journey on an online class, and we finally get to meet up and chill for a minute. And it's interesting. It's interesting to meet one of your peers that you kind of like interacted with a lot, but not in the real 3D, the real space, the real 3D space. Anyway, peace out, guys. Have a good day. Go back Star Circuit before you can't do it anymore. And Marvin, good luck finding a PS5. I hope you do. It's a gamble. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Peace out.